these are the fights of Bleach I want to see. I can wholeheartedly say that this is probably my favorite fight so far of the year for Bleach, because it's been such a long time since I absolutely just started digging into a fight, just loving it from bits to start to finish. And I gotta say, Ichibe right now is some crazy ass old man, because he is just there freaking just spraying ink around, literally fucking up like your watch. I'm just loving this right now. Like, I gotta say, I'm actually generally enjoying this fight right now. So we get to see a little bit more of what he can do with his Shikai Ichimonji, and it's like, it's pretty much retained its same form. It's pretty much still the brush, but it's actually got a saw part to it. It's pretty much more like a Naginata from someone like, if you've seen someone from like Hakuryu or from Amagi, has sort of the same thing as well. And he's like, oh, can't you tell the difference between a sword and a pen? Like, I was loving like just how much shit talking Ichibe was going for out of this chapter. And he was just like, supposedly it was just all it was doing was spraying ink everywhere. And he's like, oh, no matter what you do, you can't take my powers and stuff like that. And he's like, did you say something, motherfucker? Like, did you say something? And it's like, he's literally saying, like, why don't you say your sword's name? And it's like, oh, you don't know, do you? I took it. Like, this is the man who was like, he created names. And obviously, it's kind of like obvious at this point that he obviously created the names of Zanpakutos. He was the one that made Bankais. I'm pretty sure he's pretty much named everything. Or it might be actually very interesting that he's the one that maybe you watch his name. You're like, so maybe he gets everything in this world of names, like some weird shit like that. It's like anything that gets covered in ink by Ichimonji pretty much loses his name, and without a name, it loses its power. And it's like, he just so much shit talking to him. He's like, oh, you're just a nameless knight with a nameless sword, and you honestly think you can kill me? And I gotta say, Kubo's art in this one was absolutely superb. I was loving more of the sort of like ink detail style that he was going with. It kind of reminded me of some like Nura stuff. If they want to see Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan, that has an amazing art style where he just uses like a pen sort of style, which I really love. And it's like, I just loved just every part of this chapter. It was a really good one. We're saying like, you literally like, he tried to take his powers, and he's saying, my power is the power of darkness. Like, every time I release like Shijimonji's like, regardless of being Shinigami, Quincy, the living or dead or something, it doesn't matter. All the darkness of the world is mine. And then you see it in that picture, you see like, he takes away like, all like the darkness from like, Urahara, Yoichi's like brother, sister. So it makes me wonder, can he actually gather the entire, like, darkness of the world, like, material, like, or maybe he, like, sprayed everyone with his ink on his world, like, and he's able to, like, release it into, like, just a big, massive attack form, because you say, as it goes, his mind, he literally just fucks up Juabak, like, it completely covers his face, and I was like, holy shit, like, this man is going in. Obviously, Ichibe is the best Zero Squad division person we've had. Like, everyone else has either been exposed or they've just been not doing anything serious. Because I gotta say, like, yo, Ichibe, you going in, man. I freaking respect that. He's like, this is what I want to see in Bleach, and this is what I've been wanting to say. This is what kind of got me more into buying Bleach. I mean, I picked up 3 more of the new volumes lately just because I started loving it again. And it's like, I love that he's able to go in using all, like, these freaking Hados and stuff like that, like, using all this crazy shit, like with the Kidos and stuff like that, and even as well with using his Shikai, and that's what I've missed. I've missed just raw out, just crazy action and just straight on, head-on fights and stuff, and it's like, I think we can all honestly say, like, with this chapter, like, Bleach is getting back to that stuff I used to love. This is the stuff I used to love when I was reading it, going into the eyes and stuff, going into, Soul Society. I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed this chapter. There's honestly, like, the only nitpick, and that's, like, it's Bleach, is that this was it. This was just, honestly, all it was, just continuing the fight and seeing Bear's Shikai. That was, honestly, the entirety of the chapter, but I was just, fangasming over it, because I thought it was a really awesome chapter. I thought I was having so much fun with this one, and it was like, yeah, it makes me wonder how, like, Watch is actually going to deal with this, though. So, like, I mean, he tried to do what his abilities to steal his powers, so what is he going to do? Is he going to have to, like, unleash some freaking hidden, like, Quincy technique that we don't even know yet? Like, is he using false standing? Like, what is he going to have to use to actually beat this guy? And it's, and what was that question at the end? Like, was he actually, like, draining out all the darkness out there? Or, like, you see all the Urahara and everyone, and the Quincy's that were dying, and the Shinigami? So, that's a good question, all that, what was up with that? And not to mention, are we even going to see Ichibe's Bankai? If he can already do this with a release of a Shikai, what the fuck is his Bankai? Like, what the fuck is that thing then? Like, does that, like, just pretty much control the whole world at this point? But that's pretty much all for me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'm going to give this one for a chapter this week. I did enjoy it. There really wasn't much, nothing else to it. Kind of like, a regular Bleach chapter that we have of the fight. I mean, it's an 8.5 to 9. I think this was a really good, really good chapter of Bleach. Like, no big, like, revelations or anything or just craziness. But honestly, I thought this was a great chapter. Just enjoyable. Just pure fighting, just pure like revealing of like Shikai, what he can do, and just showing Ichibe he didn't know what to fuck with. So I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 this week. I thought this was a great episode, but that's all for me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.